I am not ready for this, but here we go. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Giovanna Reads. My name is Giovanna, and today I am going to be doing the new to booktube tag that was created by Trina from Between Chapters. I will make sure to have that link to that video down below, just in case any of you guys want to, do the tag as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in the video. So number one is, where are you joining us from? Nowhere. I'm a lurker from the community. I've been a viewer of booktube for a very long time, and I kind of decided it was just time to go ahead and start my channel. So here we are. Number two, how old are you? 26. Number three, why did you join booktube? Like I said, I've been watching booktube for quite some time, somewhere around 2 to 2.5 years, and I kind of figured that it was time to go ahead and start making my own videos and trying to make friends in the community who also obviously like reading, because for me, I have friends who read, but they don't read at the capacity that I do, let alone the same genres that I do. So I don't really have a lot of friends to talk about books with. So I'm hoping that I can engage with the community and make friends with that while also making semi-creative videos. I don't have a creative bone in my body, but we'll try. Number four, what is the meaning behind your channel name? There isn't one. It's just my name and reads. There's no deep meaning behind it. Number five, what type of books do you read? Want to talk about on here? I have 5 genres that I read from, particularly on a consistent basis. There's dark, hard-hitting contemporary, mystery, thrillers, young adult, and YA. Historical fiction, anything dealing with World War II, I'll probably pick it up. Some romance, and then chick lit. I've also been trying to get into literary fiction, but it's like a slow process, but it's there as well. So those are probably the genres that you'll hear me talking about the most on my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Number 6, who are some of your favorite authors? Angie Thomas, duh. Kara Thomas, Megan Miranda, and Taylor Jenkins Reid, who is just an absolute godsend to the book world. Perfect. Number 7 is, what's the last book that you read? The last book that I read is One Small Thing by Erin Watt, which is a story about a girl named Beth who's a senior in high school, I believe, and her older sister had died previously because she was hit by a car, and it's kind of her coming to terms with her sister's death, but also dealing with parents who have since become very overprotective and essentially taken any sense of autonomy from her that she could have over her own life. So she's kind of dealing with that. But she does sneak out one night and she meets this boy named Chase, who she assumes is the new boy in town, but in fact he just happened to come from a different high school, and he has his own dark past that does have something to do with the death of Beth's sister. So she's also kind of grappling with this situation of her sister's death, but also having slept with and likes the guy that killed her sister. It didn't bring anything groundbreaking to the table, but it was a really good book. It was a solid 3-star for me. I would recommend it. If you look it up and it sounds interesting, give it a go. What are you currently reading? As of this morning, I was reading All the Right Places. I got 53% into it and I called it quits. It is highly problematic. It does not send a positive message for mental health rep, just due to the fact of the romanticizing of mental illness and the idea that someone can save you from your mental illness, or someone can love it out of you, if you will. It's just not an accurate representation, let alone a healthy one, especially considering the audience that this book is geared towards. I don't think that it's appropriate, and I just couldn't hang. And it got to a part that was really boring, and I was like, I'm done. So not reading anything currently. What do you use for bookmarks? bookmarks, toilet paper, anything laying around. Basically, if it could be used as a bookmark, I'm gonna use it as a bookmark. Show us your current TBR pile. So, which is number 10, by the way. My physical TBR consists of The Sweetest Kind is Poison from Katie Weismer, I think is how you say her name. She's also a fellow booktuber here in the community. I'm sure a lot of you know who she is. If you don't, I'll make sure to link her channel down below. But this is her poetry collection that she came out with last year. And so far, I really enjoy it. And I'm all about supporting booktubers that I like. So here we are. The next book that I want to read is Asking for It by Louise O'Neill. This is a book about a girl named Emma who goes to a party one night during the summer, and the next morning her parents find her on the doorstep, bloody, disoriented, and has no recollection of what happened to her the night before. A couple of days later, all of these photos from the party start surfacing in the community, and a police investigation is put into place. And her neighbors start, choosing sides, and it's kind of following her story about everyone around the world wanting to know her story and how that whole situation basically has changed her life. So huge trigger warning for sexual assault for this one, so just be cautious of that before picking this up. The next book that I want to finish is Black Enough, which is an anthology about stories of being young and Black in America, which is edited by E.B. Zaboy, and these are 17, I believe, short stories of what it's like to be young and Black in America, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this. The first couple of stories that I read I really liked, so I'm interested to see where the rest of them go. So there's that. The next one is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. Obviously, I'm excited for this. This is one of my most anticipated reads of the year. This is a story about a young girl named Bree who aspires to be a rapper, but also has really big shoes to fill because her father was a rapper, but he unfortunately had passed away. And this is kind of her trying to rise to fame, but also the pressures that come with it because she will be someone providing for her family, and kind of how that interplays with it. Obviously, race is going to be talked about this, and social justice, I'm assuming. This is not a companion novel to The Hate U Give, but it is set in the same universe as The Hate U Give. And the last physical book on my TBR that I want to get to is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I bought this on Book Outlet like a year ago. It's just been sitting on my shelves. I bought it with me to grad school, hoping to get around to it. And then I think 2 months ago, Books and Lala read it, and she really liked the ending. And I trust her opinion with my whole heart. So if she says it's good, it's probably good. So I hope to get to that this month as well. Number 11 is which do you prefer, hardcover or paperback, ebooks or physical books, owning books or borrowing books? For aesthetic purposes and being on my bookshelf, I would say hardcover, but for like actually reading, I would say paperback. For ebooks or physical books, I don't like e-readers. I learned that about myself. I hate them. Owning books or borrowing books, both. I am a collector, whether I like the book or not. I, for the most part, want to own it and put it on my shelf, so I do like owning books. But for books that I'm a little bit more iffy about, if I don't think it's going to be a 4 or 5-star read, I will borrow it from my library using Libby, and I'll listen to it on audiobook. If I like it, I'll pick up a physical copy. If I didn't like it, Number 12, what book or series got you into reading? The Babysitter's Club. I remember vividly in first grade, that was my first chapter book that I picked up. I fell in love with it. Every time me and my mom went thrifting, we would buy like a crap ton of them to help me start building my collection so I can collect the entire series. I'm about 100 books short at this point, so it's almost complete. And yes, I fangirled when I found out that Netflix was rebooting the TV series because I loved that when I was a child. So super excited for that. Number 13, how did you discover BookTube? I was actually babysitting one morning and I was kind of just lurking through YouTube while the kid was eating breakfast and watching his cartoons. And Jessie the Reader's video popped up. I believe it was a book haul, and I started writing down all of these books that he was talking about because they all happen to be books that sounded interesting to me. And from then on, I fell down the rabbit hole of BookTube and never came out of it. Number 14, what challenges do you think you'll face with your own channel? Time management, just making sure that I fit in the time, A, to film, B, to edit, and 3, to upload. I have a lot going on in my personal life, so it's just going to be making sure that I make the time to do this because this is something that I want to take seriously. So hopefully with bullet journaling and my planner, I'll be able to like manage it, hopefully, but we'll see. But that is my biggest challenge that I think I'm gonna face with this channel. Number 15, where else can we find you? Twitter, Goodreads, Curious Cat, and Instagram. I'll link them all down below except for my Instagram because it is private and it is a hot ass mess and y'all don't need to see all of the fuckery that's going on over there. So, but for the most part, my Twitter, my Goodreads, and my Curious Cat, and obviously here. So that is the end of the new to BookTube tag. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to listen to my dumbass ramble about nothing. And hopefully you learned a little bit more about me. So there's that. Ooh, we're gonna edit that out. But anyway, but that is the end of the new to BookTube tag. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this and enjoyed learning just a little bit about me. I hope to do more tags and like maybe a 50 random facts about me video so you guys can like really get to know me. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.